Good morning and welcome to our morning roundup here on TCM. Let's dive into the charts because an important piece of news came out actually 15 minutes ago. That's the ADP non-farm employment change that came in way below expectation. Expectations were for 111,000 jobs. It came out as 37,000 jobs, so that's definitely a bad number. That's why we saw this $1.50 move here lower on the SPY, which is now trading basically at the flat number. This is the announcement, 8:15 in the morning. That's the only piece of news actually that comes out so early. That's the ADP number. So if you want to look at the SPY, guys, it doesn't get more boring than this one. Basically, following the number, we lost I think there was a one third of 1% to the upside. Take a look at this zero number. Okay, so that's the same. The Qs are at zero. The SPY is at zero as we approach midweek. Other than the ADP, there aren't any important news in the pre-market. We're going to have the ISM services PMI, which is an important piece of news at 10 a.m. Normally the ISM numbers, either manufacturing or PMI, are not big market movers. They can move the market 0.25% down or up, and then the effect fades very fast. Let's take a look at the daily chart of the S&P. Take a look at the day. If you take a look at the daily chart, we are basically at TED like 3% from all-time highs, which are 613 in the S&P, and the same goes for the Nasdaq. So both indexes now are running hand in hand towards all-time highs. The sentiment, it's positive here and there. There are hiccups because of the Trump tariffs. Let's call it issues that are still unsolved, but I think the market priced in the bad news already, and this seems to be like a non-event at this point. So what's going to move the markets next, assuming we should continue higher? I think the only thing, and of course the earnings season is way over, so no more important stocks on the agenda in terms of earnings. The only thing that remains is the Jerome Powell policy regarding interest rates. There was already a tweet this morning with Trump pressuring him, asking him not very nicely to lower interest rates. Again, the market doesn't like this involvement, but it will definitely love another move down in interest. The next FOMC meeting should be in 2 weeks, so we can brace for that, and until then I think the markets, unless something dramatic will happen, will continue to crawl slowly towards all-time highs. Individual stocks that are interesting this morning, let's start with Apple. I mean, not a big move, but a downgrade from not an important investment house. I think it was Needham, downgraded Apple. I didn't read why. Anyway, the number is 56% when the market is flat. So okay. Be aware not to buy Apple today. Although if the market will continue high, Apple will probably join. As you can see, airlines are weak this morning. Some minor pullback in MU, but that's meaningless. That's on the negative. So no much negative, on the negative side. On the positive side, sorry, Robinhood unstoppable, fresh all-time highs over 72.50. TSM is looking good. Novo Nordisk, it's the best performer, but again, 2% to the upside, not a big deal. China is up 1% overnight. Semiconductors continue to move the market and are up another 0.5%. And NVDA is a candidate for more upside. So is, I think, TSM. And again, looking at the charts only, TSM. That's pretty much what I said this morning. I mean, when the biggest mover on my watch list is up 1.9%, and the worst performer is down 0.66, you can clearly see there's not much excitement going on. Now, where is the excitement? First of all, a comeback this morning for SBET. Keep in mind, this stock can move double digit. That sharp link can move double digit in 5 minutes. So SBET up double digits. CRWV, that's CoreWave. Hope I'm pronouncing the name of this company right. All-time highs for this high-flying IPO. I will show it in a minute. And LYRA is down. Maybe there's a buying opportunity there. There's another high-flying stock that we were watching this morning. That's MCTR, up 34%. MCTR, that's not US, it's I think it's an ADR. It's an advertising company from Hong Kong. I didn't read anything about it, neither positive nor negative. It should be, some positives should be floating at one point because there was a huge uptick in volume. And other than that, let me post you guys the gainers losers list. That's where we can draw trade ideas. CrowdStrike down nearly 8%, 7.5, nearly 7.5. Where is it? After I'm guessing a disaster, not disaster, but terrible, terrible or bad earnings report. ASAN also earnings down 11%. CRWL, I didn't check on that, maybe later. And let me see if there are any other important stocks here that are approaching the 10% downside or anything above 5. I don't see anything. On the positive side, you can see SBET, MCTR, that's the Hong Kong media company that I was talking about. I know nothing about it. Hewlett Packard, HPE, that's not a great mover. Maybe for those who like to scalp, I'm not sure. No, I think it's not worth the energy to trade it anymore. Yeah, nothing else. I mean, flat open so far. The numbers are not that impressive, but again, guys, there's plenty of time, and there are 45 minutes till the open and another 6.5 hours. So things can really open up on both sides of the market. Remember, you only need one good trade. Okay, now let's go to the good trades. And probably the best performing Nasdaq stock this year, alongside alongside Palantir. That's a CrowdStrike. Now tell me if you like or dislike this chart. Yesterday it moved another 15 or 18%. I don't remember the number exactly, with a huge upside momentum here, breaking all-time highs. Again, that's an IPO from yeah, let's call it 10 weeks ago, 2.5 months, maybe less, maybe 9 weeks ago. Anyway, CrowdStrike at one point, and you saw the day 3 days ago when it dropped from 130 to almost 100. So this is a double-digit mover intraday, up another 4% this morning. I mean, this unsustainable upside must stop at one point. It's loaded though. That's the positive side for this stock. Loaded with these institutional investors, including NVDA that owns, I think, 20% of the company. So most of the stocks are in the hands of strong money that are here for the long term. So maybe it can continue. I mean, I know that NVIDIA is not they're not going to sell even one share, no matter what the price is. And of course, I'm joking. I don't know anything. So that's one stock that must be on everybody's watch list. Remember, it's not shortable, being that it was at least not on most of the platform. Maybe there are platforms that is shortable. Be very careful, because anybody that shorted this stock got really knocked out. So right now at 157, it tends to be spready, but keep in mind the pricing action is unbelievable. The volumes are I mean, yesterday it traded 54 million shares. Before then, it moved, the move higher, it used to trade 5, and on the IPO day it traded 40. So that's trading more volume than the IPO day. That's really unsustainable. Okay, so that's a stock that should be on everybody's watch list. The same goes with let me bring down ASAN. ASAN is a small cap, but maybe it can be shorted. I mean, the trend is clearly lower. Again, for those who like to trade, yeah, it's shortable. Like to trade small caps, given the right pattern. That's so we have on the upside, of course, CRWV on a pullback, ASAN on the downside. There are a couple of other stocks that are hovering here, like MCTR, and I don't know how it trades. HP up nearly 6.5%, nearly, yeah, a little bit above it, but again, not a great intraday mover. I don't see a lot of good movers riding our list this morning. Of course, Robinhood also very extended, but that trade, Robinhood can go both sides because it's shortable. Again, you want to see an amazing chart, take a look at Robinhood. It's not at all-time highs because their IPO was at 80. This is Robinhood. So at the highs of the year, but not at all-time highs, which were 5 years ago, 6 years ago on the IPO. Yesterday another gap up and go. Today another 3% to the upside. So what the hell happened here? On some news? Wow. Okay. Again, look at this last bar, a $1 bar here from 73 to 74, just in the last minute as we are speaking about this stock. Okay, so that's about it with the morning roundup. I will post additional stocks that look feasible for both long or short in the description. Those who are day trading or investing or using our services, please share it with other people if you have friends, and we thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you, of course, in our next video.